Welcome back, all you beautiful adventurers of the Orphan Guild, or all of you adventurers wandering around out there who happen to find us here on the channel. 'Tis I, the host, the D&D Orphan, back today to bring you all something new, something fresh, and something exciting. I am so very happy and pleased to introduce to all of you the Curse of Strahd, the Orphan's Curse, our very own version of Curse of Strahd for our Orphan Guild channel. I am so excited, so hype to finally begin this adventure, which has been about 2 months in the planning. You'll recognize a large portion of the players with me today from our old Sunday campaign, The Whispers from the Abyss, which, if you do not know, has officially reached its Season 1 climax. You can watch that all over on my channel. If you check out my playlists, you can find The Whispers from the Abyss, the Sundays version, which is a bunch of these players here. Of course, one of the players you'll also recognize because he goddamn lives in my walls. But other than that, I am very happy to introduce to all of you our wonderful people. Starting with the very top, we have the one, the only, amazing Atlas. Atlas, please say hello to everyone.
Hello to everyone.
It is great to have you back here on the channel. Are you excited for this new campaign?
I've had this character built for over a year now, I think. So yeah, I'm excited to actually, hopefully, get to impart this Minotaur spirit.
Awesome. I'm so glad that you have a character you're really excited to play. And I'm very happy that you managed to stick around and stay for the start of this campaign, and hopefully for the entirety of it. So, moving on from there, we have the absolutely greatest, the one, the only, Turtle himself, Clark.
Are you a turtle again?
No.
Right, okay.
I also got confused. I was like, no.
No. Clark, please introduce yourself.
Clark's not so basic.
I'm Clark. I played Gothic in the Whispers of the Abyss campaign. Yeah, I'm already announcing all our class stuff now.
Not quite yet. Later, we'll do that stuff later. Just now, right now, we're just getting to know all of you guys. Yeah, we're just getting to know you guys as players. So Clark, it's awesome. You excited to begin this adventure, the Curse of Strahd?
Yep.
Awesome. I know this is definitely a campaign that I think everyone's been looking forward to since we talked about it since when Whispers was officially ending and everything about 2 months ago now. So I'm very excited to finally get to actually begin. So moving on from
We started
Clark.
talking about Curse of Strahd like 3 months ago.
Yeah, honestly, it's been probably about 3 months now. We were even talking about it before Whispers ended.
Yeah.
You are correct.
It was about right after the boss battle you started fiddling with the idea of Curse of Strahd.
Yeah, probably just about, yeah. All right, well, moving on from Clark, we have the man who lives in my walls. You'll recognize him from all of my campaigns here on my channel, from my Friday sessions of Wild Beyond the Witchlight, to my Saturday sessions of Dragons of Icespire Peak, to my old Sunday session. Actually, no, he never appeared in our old Sunday session, which is that is the only campaign you won't recognize him from, to our new Sunday campaign, of course, of the Curse of Strahd, and even my Monday campaign of Princes of the Apocalypse. I forgot for a minute what it was. The one, the only, King. Please, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. It's me again.
Yeah, you just poke your head out of the behind the paint. You flapped open the painting. Your head comes poking out of the wall. Hey guys, it's me. Painting comes flapping down. Painting three fucking paintings down comes popping open. I'm here too.
Mo charge.
Oh my god. So King, you excited for the Curse of Strahd? Are you ready for this campaign?
Yes, I'm very excited to play the concept of a blank character, which is something we can get into later. I'll explain, but he's he's a really interesting character, and I'm really hyped. I finally got to bring this concept back from the bowels of my memory.
Mhm.
Living in your walls is not easy. I could use some cheese if you want to just go coke or something. I don't know.
I'll have to see. Looks around at all the rat traps and poison. I might be able to find something here. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I actually want to give some props where props is due. The wonderful man King himself is actually the one who purchased this book for us to play with. So if it wasn't for King, we actually would not be able to even play Curse of Strahd. At least legally.
Thank you, King.
At least legally.
You're welcome.
I got a campaign where it's shared. I can inform you of this. I'm just saying.
No,
You do
no,
have the
but,
book.
but now I
very-
actually have it for good, which means I can run this campaign another time for other people as well, which is much appreciated,
Yeah.
King, of course. So with that,
Yeah.
thank you so much, King, for introducing yourself. We'll get back to you for some fun questions and games later. Moving on from there, we have the other K of the group, the one, the only Kareem, which you'll recognize from our old Sunday campaign, from my Fridays campaign, and the new Sunday campaign.
Yeah, I almost joined King in the walls, but I had to say no to the Monday because it's too late
Yeah.
for me, so I didn't apply.
Sadly, our buddy Cream can't live in my walls yet, which is a good thing, honestly. I've got enough people living in my walls. One person is enough living in my walls as is, honestly.
It's much more comfortable on the other side of the pond, even.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm Kareem. I played Emmy in the old Saturday or Sunday, and I play. What are they called? No, Calith. I play Calith in Friday, and I'm so excited to play Curse of Strahd. I got a little too excited and commissioned some artwork for my character.
Indeed. Which, of all the characters here, you'll notice AI generated. AI generated. AI generated. We got AI generated. And of course AI generated. And then we got the black and white one all the way up here, drawn by hand. I had to crop it, and I didn't quite crop it right, so it looks kind of fucky wucky, a little weirdy. But
Yeah.
it'll look proper by next session. Trust you me, everybody.
It'll be done by next session. I've
Yeah.
got an amazing artist working on it.
So yeah, we will have that actually prepped and ready for the actual beginning of the campaign, which will occur, of course, next week. Once again, if you're watching here on the short stream or you're watching the live stream, thank you so much for coming out. Make sure to drop a like, double tap your screen if you're watching on your phone. It helps us here so much. And now, of course, the last but certainly not the least, we have one more person, the amazing Twisted. Please, Twisted, say hello.
Hi, I am Twisted.
You'll all recognize Twisted from, of course, the old Sunday campaign.
He said, "Say hello."
He did say hello. He said, hello, I'm Twisted. He just didn't follow my exact orders like some people do, which is crazy. But you'll recognize Twisted,
How would
of
you do
course,
that?
from our old Sunday campaign, The Whispers from the Abyss, but he's also in my Friday campaign of The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, playing the lovely Grevin. Twisted, are you excited for this campaign? Are you excited for the Curse of Strahd? Do you know too much about this?
I know absolutely nothing about it.
Awesome.
It'll be interesting to play. I'm excited to play a new character. I've never played the type of class that I'm playing before, so
Awesome. Well, yeah, it's super exciting to get to finally have all of you here. And of course, while there is only 5 actual players, you'll notice 6 tokens on the map. There is, of course, my DM NPC, which we'll introduce more in the actual hook and the beginning of next session. So with that, now that we've gotten to do a little...
him this time too, right?
Now that we've gotten to meet,
Please no.
to a degree, some of our players, let's get to know them a little bit more, starting with maybe some hobbies and interests of everybody, if everyone's okay with that. Does that sound good to everybody?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. One person speaking for everyone.
wait, do we not is Bless not here?
Bless is in our it's in our Saturday campaign.
What
Oh.
day is
Friday.
it right
I thought he
now?
was in this campaign too. I was
Nah.
No.
No, but Bless is only in our he's referencing someone in our Friday campaign. Our buddy King here is the only person in this campaign. Actually no, Kareem's also in the Friday campaign.
You
As
fool.
I said, I almost live in your world. Twisted, I don't know what dimension you're on, but come back from this one. You're not in dimension 20.
Yeah, we're not in the Feywild today. So Bless will not be accompanying us. It's just us here. So yeah. With that, let's go ahead and now get into doing some fun meet and greet games, some popcorn questions and such to get to know each other. Starting off with Atlas, you being at the top. I'm gonna start with you. You cool with that?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to ask you some questions, Atlas, and I want you to just give me the first thing that you think of, the first answer off the top of your head without taking more than, like, 5 seconds to think about it, okay?
Chicken.
Perfect. Awesome. If you would have said lava chicken, that would have been 10 times funnier, but that's whatever. Starting with you, let's see. Speaking of food, Atlas, what's your favorite food?
Chicken.
Chicken. Perfect. Lava. Chicken. All right,
No,
perfect.
actually, I would prefer a nice steak. A good hamburger is.
Ooh.
If I go to a new restaurant, if you can't make a good hamburger, you can't make other food.
That's a fair point. That's a pretty solid argument.
take.
Yeah, solid argument. Solid take. Awesome. So we got a nice steak, a beef enjoyer. I too love me some beef, so I see that. All right. Atlas, you do much reading?
I read sometimes.
Okay. Alice, what's your either favorite book or favorite book series?
Well, I've read Tolkien's Hobbit and Lord of the Rings several times, but my most recent read was actually the Journals of Lewis and Clark on their expedition.
Wow.
That's a good book.
Crazy of a drop for books there. Very interesting. So we got a Tolkien enjoyer, but also some stranger, more recent.
I got it right here. It's called the Essential Lewis and Clark.
Damn,
Send you a
man,
picture.
that's a crazy book to have just on deck. It's fun. All right, that's a great way to get to know
Well,
someone there.
I live by Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, and that's where they stocked up their provisions for their journey. So their lore is big around here.
All right. Okay, moving on from there. Let's see here. Atlas, what's your favorite genre of music?
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal, really? From Atlas, the cleric player. Heavy metal. Wow, that's crazy. What a contrast to the last character you played.
I played in 2 bands that were heavy metal.
Wow. Wow, that's great. What were the name of the bands, if you don't mind me asking?
Fuck, don't ask me.
Either he has no idea or they were so...
No, dude, I played in that band before you were born. So.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, my ass is only...
Altered Existence was my first band, and Runestone was the second band.
Been that long, and he was so high the whole time.
Bro,
Fuck, I'm high
Runestone?
right now. Shut up.
Runestone was your first band? Bro,
No, sorry, no, that was my friend's band. Runestone was my friend's band. They also played metal. They did covers of like Iron Maiden and stuff.
Oh, okay. I was saying that's crazy because runestones are what I used to have you guys.
Lycan 21. My second band was Lycan
Lycan
21. If you look at them up on Spotify, they're there. You can find me.
Hold up.
Is that
What's
Lyken 21 is a band on Spotify, and some of their songs is me on drums.
Okay, hold up.
Oh, so you're a drummer.
Okay. You said Lycan, Lycan 21?
Lyken.
Lyken.
Again, that was 12 years ago. Guys, if you didn't know, I'm old.
Music?
I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing her on Spotify. It might be a bitch to find. I don't know.
I'll find it.
I don't use
No, I
Spotify
found
like
it.
that.
I found it.
Send it
I
to
found
me.
it.
Send it to me because I can't.
You guys still have 4 monthly listeners. I just want to point that out.
There are 4 people
I'm
still vibing.
I'm still fighting with the producer for rights. So anyway,
Seriously?
no, he gave nobody credit. So
Oh wow.
Hold the fuck up. Let me check this fucking out. Like,
Oh my god, your
let's
oldest
let's
album.
boost this from 4 monthly listeners to 10. Come on, everybody
Yeah.
watching the stream, let's get this from 4 monthly listeners to 10 monthly listeners. For the love of God, I want to see it. By next session, I want to
That's
see
it,
this
that's
stat
it.
say 10. I want to see this stat say 10 monthly listeners by the time we hit next session. Please go do this. Find Lycan21 and get them to 10 monthly listeners by next Sunday. If I see it, I'll do something special for the channel. That'll be crazy.
So, Alan, were you liking being 21? Is that where the name came from? Were you 21 when you made it?
No, I didn't start the band. They lost their drummer. They asked me to be part of it. My friends were already in the band.
This is crazy.
Some of those guys were in Runestone, that same band that I mentioned, a friend of mine. I don't think they're on Spotify, but my producer for Lycan21 he was like 20 years older than me. He organized all the venues and stuff. He's the vocalist.
Wait, you
But
played
yeah,
in an
we
actual
didn't
venue?
have the same. Oh, we played shows for sure.
Dude, that's so okay. Well, when I hear most people like I was in a band, I automatically think
No,
they
You
garage.
should be on stage, bro.
Yeah, garage, chilling with your homies. You start a band, you make a couple songs. They're
No,
not
no.
good. That's crazy.
Paid.
That's so cool to get, bro. Something I've never known about you, and we have been playing to get. You have been playing under me as a DM for over a year.
There's a big venue in New Jersey, USA. It's called the Starland Ballroom.
Okay,
We played there on stage.
that's crazy.
Many of my friends have played up there. My band, other bands they've been part of. I help a lot of times. I did roadie stuff, so I'd help them set up their equipment, especially like drummer stuff. I'd haul the stuff in, set it up, tune it up.
That's insane. That's so cool. What a great fucking thing to learn on a session 0 on the meet and greet for this campaign. That's so fucking fun. Awesome.
I just want to point out for some people their oldest album on Spotify, Mindstream, is from a year after I was born. I was a year and 3 months when that came out on Spotify.
Yeah, we wrote that a year before you were born. So
That is fucking hilarious. How long has Spotify been around?
on album? Oh,
Spotify's been
we
around for a
wrote the
while.
songs before Spotify was around.
Spotify's relatively new. It hasn't been around that long.
It's been around about a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20
We were
years.
playing shows. We really 20 years for Spotify.
20 years Spotify's existed. Holy shit.
I
wanna
said no one
say
knew.
our
No one
last
knew
show-
about them.
Our last show was 2012, and Mindstream was written before that. So
That's crazy. Bro, I am 2 years older than Spotify is. That is balls to the walls insane that I am almost younger than Spotify. I'm barely older than YouTube. YouTube's 21 years old. I'm
bro, I
20.
picked up a TV today. I bet it's older than you.
It probably is. All you gotta do is beat circa 2002, and that's game set match. You beat me. It's so easy. My car is older than I am. My car's a 97, and fuck, bro,
Yeah, this TV is built 93. So
that's crazy. Oh my god. All right, well, that was some fucking fun info to get to learn about our lovely buddy Atlas. So thank you so much, man. Fuck.
you're welcome.
There's some crazy shit to get to learn. Fucking moving on from there. Clark, you ready for your questions? Awesome. Hope we get to learn some crazy shit about you like we did about Atlas, man. That's fucking crazy. So Clark, let's start with Clark. What is your favorite movie, but what's your favorite genre of movie?
Sci-fi and favorite movie. Probably I don't have a favorite. Well, I'd probably have to say probably. Well, at this point, probably either Iron Man 1, the first one,
okay.
or
A good one.
or probably was it not Endgame, but yeah, I guess it would be Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame. Yeah.
not
there's
Infinity War, but I guess
Yeah,
I can't remember if
the
Infinity
conclusion-
War was the first one.
yeah, the conclusion
so-
to the saga. Yeah, Endgame
Yeah.
was great. Of course, Endgame was peak. That shit was amazing. Okay.
But yeah,
Good sci-fi enjoyer. Okay. All right, from there, let's see. What's your favorite sport / outdoor hobby? It doesn't have to necessarily be a sport. You could be like gardening. Anything you really like to do outside. Something other than what we do here inside with D&D and fantasy. I mean, unless it's like you like to go outside and do what's that? Live action LARPing. Live action
LARPing.
Yeah.
probably soccer. In terms
Soccer.
of actually playing.
Okay.
Football's a second, but
Football and soccer. Okay, soccer followed by football. Okay.
I never played sports.
Got a favorite
officially.
team? I don't know football
Um,
teams, so I'm gonna go. I don't know soccer teams, so I'm gonna say you have a favorite football team.
Not really. I don't really follow soccer super heavy, but as far as playing it, that's probably one of my favorite sports to play.
Okay. All right.
Technically, there's a local team that I could probably claim, but it's like Atlanta FC or something like that. I'm in Georgia, so our state technically has an official club, but
Okay. So you've actually played some real soccer and stuff. Okay, that's fun. Let's see. What else do we got here? Clark, did you study anything in college?
technically still in college.
Oh, what are you
but,
studying? If you don't mind
technically-
asking.
So technically, I have 2 associate's degrees, and I'm working on a bachelor's right now.
Whoa!
I have an associate's in it's a health science associate's and
Okay.
a associate's degree in cybersecurity, and I'm working on my bachelor's. Working on my bachelor's in cybersecurity right now.
Good field to go into. I know it's a very profitable industry. Very, very smart choice to do. Was not expecting the health and science associate's degree. That's fun.
That degree was when I was in the military.
You were in the military? Do you mind me asking what branch?
Army.
Army. Whoa! The mild-mannered Clark, the quiet boy himself, is none other than... I don't know if veteran means you specifically fought in war or if you were just a military member. I forget the terminology, but I'm gonna say veteran here, if that's technically correct.
Yeah, just veteran.
Yeah, veteran? That's insane!
Technically, there's like combat veteran.
Yeah,
technically
yeah, okay, yeah. So just
is a distinction technically in the military community, but veteran pretty much.
Yeah, just
serve.
veteran just
Yeah.
means ex-military. That's what I had a feeling that was the case. Okay, yeah, I obviously have never served myself. I dropped out of high school, so I can't even get into the military until.
Technically veteran. Technically veteran
you can
is
get
technically anybody who's honorably served. Technically.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you can be dishonorably discharged as well.
Yeah,
of course.
not really.
And Alan,
consider
you can serve without a diploma or a GED. I thought you had to at least have a GED.
GED
they'll
at
learn you,
least.
bro. They'll learn you.
Oh, they'll get your GED for you. They'll
They
help
can-
you get your GED.
Recruiters will
There's a route to
do a
take.
lot to help get people in if they at least meet a lot of other
If you
requirements.
show the potential,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oftentimes, it depends on the recruiting office because some recruiters will go, above and beyond to get somebody signed, and then some would just don't want to go through the headache of trying to get all those prereqs.
Crazy
to qualify.
question. Do they make commission? Do they?
Not
do they make
technically
commission?
no. I mean, not technically no. I mean, pay can change and stuff because it's technically a special assignment. It's
if
like
you enlist,
being
it's a base pay.
Yeah, being a recruiter is not like an actual job technically. I mean, they have a specific job in the military that's like a career counselor type related job specific that you can pretty much do your whole time being in the military. But generally, recruiters, it's a special assignment that most to get promoted, you have to do a lot of things to try and get basically you're building your resume. Once you get to a certain rank, you
Okay.
basically kind of have a board that you have to get approved by, and putting stuff on your. It's kind of like you're kind of like building a resume to get promoted, to get approved for your next rank. Once you get past junior enlisted ranks and get into like the non-commissioned officer ranks, is like sergeant and whatnot, as an example. Then you start getting into what are called review boards, and you have to like go through those boards, and they approve you for a promotion and stuff, and doing stuff within the military, whether it be organizations, volunteering, schools, military schools that you can do within the military to beef up your resume to make you more, I guess, leadership material. And going into recruiting can be one of those options. It's a special assignment that you can go into for a period of time.
Very interesting. Okay.
But,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, just like Atlas, we learned something really fucking crazy and fun about you today, too. That is insane. I had no idea we had a freaking veteran in our not only in my community of the Orphan Guild, but in our actual game community of this group. That's fucking crazy. So awesome. Thank you so much for telling us about your time there and getting to learn a little bit more about you, Clark. Next up, we've got the wonderful King, which you'll recognize him, of course, from the Monday Session 0. So you'll all, at least if you've seen that video, know a little bit more about him. But let's get to questions. King, are you ready, buddy?
Yep. What you got for me?
All right. Now, do keep in mind, if I ask you a question I asked you on Monday, if your answer's not the exact same, I will find out and I will get you, you lying bastard. If you slip up even a little bit, you're fucked. I swear you're fucked. I'm kidding. Anyway.
Don't get you.
But, King, let's start off. King, I definitely don't think I asked you, about... What's your favorite animal, King? I definitely didn't ask you that.
Favorite animal? It varies. Right now, I'm really just vibing. I don't know. I like all animals, but if I had to pick one in this moment, I'd probably just say a panther.
Panther?
Chicken.
Okay. Panther.
Yes.
Lava. That's all I can hear every single time you say that fucking word. So we got your favorite your favorite animal's panther. What's your favorite like pet? More of a an animal you'd have around the house.
It is a lot, but if I had to pick one, I guess a cat.
Cats? You're a cat man, not a dog, not a dog man, but a cat man.
Well, I like them both, but cats are pretty easy going. So
Cats are they
They
go with the vibe.
What kind of cat? Get a Mancoon and say it's easygoing and people will kill you.
Yeah. Those bastards are crazy. But no. Very, very fun to see that you are a cat man. Okay. All right. He's a scat man. Skibidi doop boop boop boop. Let's see. What else? King. Buddy boy King. Going with your name. Who's your favorite of the kin? I'm kidding. Of the British royalty. Let's see. An actual question to ask you.
King's Day was not that far ago.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying, I might be European and living in a monarchy, but
that's funny. King. Let's see here. What's your favorite anime, King?
Favorite anime? That's a tough one. If I had to pick my favorite anime, it would probably be Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay. FMA Brotherhood, of course.
Yes, it would have been Seven Deadly Sins, but the animation along with the storyline.
Okay, good. You've watched past season 2, I see. Good. Yeah, season 2 is where I stop. That show became bad.
Yeah.
That shit was horrible. Especially after, because season 2 was terrible. Season 3 came back. Season 2 was good. Season 3 was terrible. They came back with the movie. The movie slapped. Crazy good animation. Really good story. And then season 4 dropped. Right back to it.
For anyone who doesn't know, I loosely based some aspects of Zavala off Escanor.
Yes, the Monday character he plays in the Monday campaigns. I do remember that being discussed.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. And let's wrap it up with a question to learn more about you. Same way I managed to with these guys. What's your favorite video game from childhood? You know, what's like the memories you have with it?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Absolute banger off the cuff though, Jack and Dexter.
Okay, Jack and
Because-
Dexter.
Yeah, that game was an absolute banger. I didn't beat that game until I was 20, and I played it for the first time at the age of 9.
Oh,
So,
11-year gap.
that's something I do pretty frequently. I bring back old retro games from my childhood and then beat them and be like, yeah, it took me a decade and a half, but I win.
Any games you used to play with like your you have brothers, right? You have a brother.
But yeah, I got some family, yeah.
Any games you used to play with family? I remember I used to play Diablo 3 with a lot of my cousins. That was a really fun thing for me.
Games I play with my family. In the past, we played a lot of the Naruto Ninja Storm series.
I was expecting either that or Buddha, Tenshin Budokai. Yeah.
My brother, on that one, me and my brother used to have a thing where we would blow up the planet before we started fighting.
Dude, our childhoods are so much alike. I love that. Oh, bro, I remember that same shit. Playing Budokai and fucking Storm with my cousins and shit with like after we finished Diablo. Yeah, I remember that. This shit was so fun. Blasting fucking when they dropped the one that actually had Cell in it. Because I remember the first one didn't have Cell, and the second one I'm pretty sure is when they actually dropped Cell. And oh my god, getting to play as Perfect Cell was so fucking cooked, so fun. Oh, I remember that shit. I knew it though. When I asked you, I was like, I really hope this motherfucker says either Budokai or Storm. Like I knew they were gonna be in there, so that's awesome. Fuck. Oh, fucking awesome. Well, like I said before, we already know a lot about you. You live in my goddamn walls. You're here present on the channel all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and get moving on to the next person.
Alright.
Our lovely buddy Kareem. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm so ready.
All right, Kareem.
Yes.
Did you read any comics or any manga growing up?
What
Comic.
did I read growing up? I remember reading. I don't know what they're called in English, but it was Donald. They were called Donald Duck magazines, here in Denmark, which
Hentai?
is what?
No.
No.
You said Donald Duck, right? You said Donald
Yeah,
Duck.
Donald Duck.
Yeah, I don't. That, you mean like
Oh,
the
my
Disney,
bad. I'm old.
like the Disney
Daisy
character.
Duck or Minnie Mouse.
Like the
Yeah, the Disney. But it was magazines, weekly magazines that had comics, and then every
Okay.
summer they'd release like 100-page book with comics that you could read.
Ah,
It's
okay.
a really big phenomenon here in the north of Europe.
Oh, okay, that's fun. That's cool to know. Yeah, I was when I was thinking, I thought about the question. I was like, yeah, see, I forget Marvel and DC. It's all American companies, and they came out over here. It wasn't really a big thing across
I
the
also
seas.
grew up after the comic era, yo.
Well, I mean, so did I, but I still grew up on comics because my dad grew up in the comic era. So yeah.
But yeah, it's actually still a thing. But you could mail stuff in, and it's a whole magazine. It's still going. Sometimes you can mail in, and you can ask questions, and they'll answer it from the character's perspective.
Oh,
Really fun. It's a weekly magazine.
that's cool. That's really cool. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. From there, let's see. What's something? This is a question that's only going to apply to you, obviously, because you're the only person who can answer this question. But what's something that you see about the U.S. that you've seen growing up that's just always perplexed you about the way we do shit over here? Something, like a process or just, anything. Like, what's something that just is like,
The thing
On
that
the wrong side of the road.
nah, he drives on the he drives on the same side as us. Yeah, there's only
Yeah.
there's only 2 countries that don't.
That's an England thing.
Yeah, in England and Australia, the only 2 countries that don't drive on the same.
Scotland.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Scotland and Ireland too. Yeah.
The UK islands, and then, but I think the thing that perplexes me the most, and especially after starting to get involved with the tax system, is why you have to file your taxes yourself.
Ah, I can answer that question.
I know the reason
good.
why, and that's because
How do you
profits.
file your taxes?
Yeah. Well,
I don't.
no,
The
most.
government
Well, there you go.
does
I get
it
it.
for
Never
me.
mind.
Yeah, no, yeah. Pretty much every other country on the earth, just like America, knows how much you owe in taxes.
knows.
They know. Same thing with our government. Our government fucking knows exactly how much you owe. You have to tell them, and if you fuck up, they're like, "Hey, buddy, we know you owe more."
Yeah.
It's like, why'd you ask me in the first place then?
It's accountability.
Yeah. No, the reason is lobbying. It is specifically because
Well-
TurboTax, the company TurboTax, and the company that owns TurboTax has dumped over $500 million into lobbying to make sure taxes have to still be reported by the individual instead of being reported by the government.
But
And
TurboTax wasn't around 200 years ago, right?
no, but I mean, with the fact that the government actually knows how much, because when America was first founded, the government didn't actually track how much your wages were and how much you had to pay in taxes. You had to do that shit yourself. Nowadays,
They didn't have computers.
but nowadays we know all of it's all public information, not public information, but government known information. So the fact that we still have to tell them, even though they already know, makes no sense. And and even though we have all of this shit for a while, it's only because of TurboTax that we actually still have to report our taxes ourselves.
That's not entirely true, but we're getting
Yeah.
bogged down in the weeds here.
Regardless,
Because I run my own business, and they don't know how much I make unless I tell them.
well, yes, that's when you own a business. We're talking the common man, the regular person who works a 9 to 5, and their
Businesses
wages are
over here
reported.
Still file. Well, over here still do tax reports, but as a personal,
Yeah,
my personal income, especially mine, if I had to file taxes on my own personal income, I would be telling the state or the government who paid me. How much they paid me.
No, exactly. No, I get what you're saying, Atlas.
makes
Yeah,
no
yeah.
sense.
Atlas,
Yeah.
when you
Businesses
own
still
a business, yeah,
file taxes.
yeah, of course you
Yeah.
have to report that yourself because the government doesn't know. But when you're doing a job where your employer like takes your taxes out of your wages,
Right.
like
You
most
also
9 to
do stuff
5.
on the side, or like they're expecting you. Again, I don't.
Yeah.
Get in the weeds here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah. I
But
get
yeah,
I get what you were saying though, because I was like, what does he mean? I was like, oh, but yeah, no, because obviously businesses are a totally different story. Yeah, when you
businesses
actually
are a
own
different
one.
story.
Yeah.
But yeah, having to file your own taxes and by extension tax fraud being a thing
Yeah.
just perplexes me.
Yeah.
Because
But then
tax
how do we
fraud over
pay for
here
healthcare?
would be running from just paying back taxes you owe.
Yeah.
That's the extent. And
Yeah.
then, of course, companies. But as a private person, the only tax fraud I can commit is just not pay back what I owe.
So you just wait. So do you even have to pay anything at the end of the year, or they already take it out as you get paid?
Sometimes they make mistakes in the things. Actually, last year
No,
I
governments
got
don't make mistakes.
yes, because over here we're not afraid to call it a mistake. But last
Yeah.
year I actually got about $100 back.
It's the
Now they
same
charge
thing
you
over
too
here.
much.
I mean,
Tax.
although like you said,
Yeah, but I don't have to file
we
it
often
myself.
have to pay an accountant. You don't have to though. You can file your own taxes. You don't have to pay anybody.
No, I mean he doesn't have to do
No,
anything.
but
He doesn't have to do that.
It's just a little bit tricky sometimes if you have like a side job, or you're a student, or you own property, or you lease property, or something like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I get a letter. I have to double check everything. If something is wrong, I have to correct it. But otherwise, everything is stated that
Yeah.
if I'm a business owner, I've reported throughout the year, so everything is there. But as a private person, everything that I paid in taxes is documented there, and all my wages are documented.
No, yeah, it was so funny.
Therefore,
I was
I don't have to do anything.
I was talking to my friend Xenia, who's over the pond too, and she used to work at Taco Bell, and I worked at Taco Bell too. And after my first year at working at Taco Bell, I had to, like fucking do taxes and shit. I had to be like, okay, I have to like fucking do this whole thing on TurboTax and figure out how much like my refund is supposed to be and everything. And she's like, "What? What do you mean? That just I get an email and all that information's already given to me." And I'm like,
yeah.
What do you mean? You get an email from the government? I have to get physical letters still because they don't bother sending me emails. And she's like, yeah, no, I don't have to tell them anything. It's the company reports how much I'm making, how many hours I work. The government knows exactly how much my taxes are. Like, and I usually don't even have to pay it myself. The company takes it out of my wages for me and pays it. And I'm like,
we have a whole system in Denmark that is literally just government. That's just government post.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy to me.
We call it e-bucks.
Goddamn, so easy.
Official documents, like when I get a call for the doctor, or I need to go somewhere, or from my school, like everything that's separated on a different email. That's literally just my personal security number.
No, yeah, no, like that's
individual
crazy.
To me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, continuing on from there. Let's see. To wrap it up, because we got to learn about your life over there across the pond. Why are my frames back at 5,000? What the fuck is going on? Hold up, that's a problem.
It's been like that for a while.
But my bit rate's at 4K. Why is it trying to upscale to 5K?
I don't know.
What the fuck? The stream's probably been awful today. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to I need a good direct connection.
Throw it in the harbor.
I need an Ethernet cable that actually connects to my Wi-Fi router instead of going wireless, because this sucks ass. All right.
Oh yeah, if you're streaming, bro, you should be connected.
I don't have a cable. Well, not only do I not have a cable, the Wi-Fi's in the living room, and my room is like fucking 50 feet from that. So I have to run a cable.
Oh man, back in the day, we used to do Xbox
cable.
hubs, and we were all over the house. We had 100-foot Ethernet cables hooking up to what at the time was the equivalent of a modem.
Yeah.
We could play Halo 16 person strong.
Yeah, I need to get. Honestly, I need to
remember LAN parties. Get all the TVs hooked up. Everyone bring your Xbox.
Yeah. Oh, you're upstairs. You're in the back room. You're in the living room. Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
When there was a split screen game and you had to put cardboard.
No. Well, you didn't have to play split screen if you had 4 TVs. Yeah. Because you just connected with the LAN, and then you.
LAN parties, yes. You just
have 4
basically all the Xboxes connected to each other.
The old days.
Everybody's bringing in a suitcase worth of equipment.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, for Kareem's last question, let's see here. I want to keep things original. Kareem.
Yeah.
What is your favorite pantheon?
In D&D?
I mean, D&D pretty much has all the real world pantheons too, so pretty much just in general.
Oh, that's a good question.
The only ones I would exclude would be like, like video,
Denmark, so I'd imagine
like video game pantheons.
Nordic.
Like the Warhammer gods. I'm not talking about them.
No, I get that. So, what I follow and my favorite are very different. But my favorite pantheons would be either the ancient Greek or the Nordic.
Knew it.
Okay. And then I know yourself. You are Muslim.
I myself am a Muslim. Yes.
That's what I thought. Correct. Okay.
But from a evolution or from a history standpoint, the Norse and the Greek pantheons.
I just mean like an interest-wise, because I obviously you worship one, but I mean just like one that you see interesting.
And by proxy, the Roman too. The Greek and the Roman pantheons had a lot to do with literature as we know it today.
Yeah.
And I'm currently trying to get my hands on a good copy of Homer's The Odyssey and the Iliad.
Very fun.
Which were the start of the epic era of poetry.
For me personally, I'm coming to find that the Indian, not Native American, but like actual Indian pantheons,
I know,
is super fucking interesting. And it actually kind of ties in because I was talking to you a little bit about it. I'm most likely going to be starting another session 0 here on the channel very soon with nothing but actual players from India playing a module that I found that is all based around Indian mythology. Because, fun fact, 80% of you watching are from India. Most of my viewers are Indian. Not a problem. It's crazy. Hey, watch it. Those are my people. Not my people, but the people who like me. They're not my people. That's the wrong statement. Not Jesus. But they're the people who enjoy my content, so I gotta show them respect. But no, so yeah, if you're watching this video and you happen to be one of the people I'm talking about who are indeed from India watching the channel, thank you so much for subbing, first of all. I don't know why the fuck you're here, because I don't speak Indian. I do know that most of India does speak English, so that does make sense. But, like...
like Hindu or something?
I speak very fast English. Like, I don't talk slow. So I just find it hard to, like, people who aren't native to speaking English as their first language find my content to be enjoyable.
Not native English.
Yeah, it's fair. You're not native English either, which I also forget about sometimes too.
I grew up with English, but I'm not native.
No, yeah. You started with a different, which is, So, no, it's just a really cool thing that it's crazy to me that 80% of my subs are from India. So thank you guys for watching. And if that interests you, make sure to check out, because I will be posting more about that soon as I get it all set up. So awesome. Thank you so much, Kareem, for getting to know a little bit about you.
You're welcome.
Are you ready, Twisted? For you.
Sure.
All right. Twisted. Let's see here. Growing up, who was the relative that you liked the most? Whether it be a brother, sister, aunt, uncle, just the person who you had the most fun with growing up.
So my Uncle John.
Uncle John. Okay, awesome. I only have one uncle, and I do not have good memories with him. So that's crazy. That's dope. Uncle John. All right, we'll have to I'll definitely be making a character named Uncle John, and he'll be coming up, and you'll be like, hey, and you'll be like, hey.
You'll have to have one dead arm.
Hey, okay. Vickelroy, the guy who has a metal arm along with his real one. I might use Vickelroy. I might rename him John for this campaign.
Pretty much, because I think at some point in his childhood, his arm got ran over by like a skidoo or something like that, and he basically all sorts of surgeries and having like bolts put into his arm and shit like that.
Ah, okay, fitting. We can definitely. I'll rename Vickelroy to he'll be John Vickelroy in this campaign instead of just Vickelroy. Awesome. That's very fun.
The skidoo.
Skidoo, yeah.
Yeah.
Skidoo, like we call it skidoo.
Oh, we say skidoo so often that it just comes right out.
Skidoo. Do you mean wait?
I knew what you meant.
We also call a three-wheeler a trike.
Atlas, I would like to.
I get that.
Atlas, I'd like to comment on what you said. Did you say we call a? What did you say we call it?
Skidoo.
It's a sea. Is it? From at
skidoo
least
you call it snow.
Okay, no. What I know here in the South is a sea-doo, which is
it goes on water.
It goes on water.
No, so a sea-doo is like a jet ski, like on the water. A sea-doo is like overland snow terrain type vehicle.
I didn't even think that was that is a thing. Right, yeah, I'm so fucking hot. It's so hot down here.
Sea-doo is water.
That's the one I know.
Sea-doo is land craft.
That's fucking hilarious. My dumb swamp person brain was like, "What are you talking about, feller? That's a sea-doo. Fan boats and sea-doos. Well, it's an airboat, actually. It's not a fan boat. It's an airboat. Let me correct you there as a southerner. But yes, what the fuck is a skidoo? Skidoo. No, when you said skidoo, I thought you meant sea-doo, but now that makes a lot more sense. That ski.
It's
okay.
Like skis on the front.
Yeah, I know. I remember from
belt on the back.
They ride it in the prequel for The Wrong Turn, where they're in the snow. It's actually my favorite of The Wrong Turn, which most people hate it. I really enjoy it. Yeah, I know they ride those in that. And I was like, oh, that's what he's talking about. Yeah, that makes sense.
Isn't there also one in The Shining?
Oh, yeah, see, down here in the South, we call those snowmobiles. I didn't know they were called ski-doos
Yeah,
because
that's synonymous.
snowmobile is the name I...
Ski-Doo is
That's
a
right.
Well,
brand.
you can call it a
Ski-Doo's
snowmobile
a
too.
brand.
We call it a
Yeah. That's what I've just never heard the word skidoo or ski-doo before because I've always just heard
Like a bombardier,
snowmobile. Yeah,
Arctic
that's
Cat.
cool.
Ski-Doo's like a
Polaris.
brand, like a Band-Aid.
Yeah,
versus
yeah,
adhesive
yeah.
strip.
Wow. Okay. Right, because yeah, Sea-Doo's actually a jet ski. I'm so
I had a-
fucking
Same
stupid.
company, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I'm incredibly
Growing up
dumb.
when I think I was like 50, and I had my Ski-Doo license, I used to have a fucking little Polaris 340 Indy Touring extra light. Man, I tell you, the front end was so light on that thing, I could rip fucking crazy jumps with it.
I guess it makes sense you would need a license for something on land, but for Sea-Doos and jet skis, you can drive those bitches with nothing here in Florida. You go out in the water and you're free.
You do a lot of things in Florida for
Yeah,
free.
yeah, you can. Yeah. Kill a man and face no consequences because he was on your porch knocking on your door.
State is sinking into the ocean, so it's the
I'm
last man
saying
standing
is-
kind of thing.
In Europe, everything that has a motor has a license.
Yeah, there's like 20 things with
It's the
motors.
same thing here.
Yeah.
If you want to rent a boat, drive a boat, they usually want to see at least a learner's permit or some sort of license that you know how to operate some craft. You can't just, I mean, at least in the states that I've been in, whenever I've ever rented a watercraft or anything, they wanted to see some sort of license, even if it's not a boating license. You have a driver's license, yeah, you can rent a boat or a jet ski. But if you're 14, 15, you don't have a learner's permit or whatever. Usually they want your parents to sign some affidavit or whatever.
Hey, I love Florida. 12 and up, you can drive a Sea-Doo. No license, no parents' permission required, baby.
Are you mean Skidoo?
Sea-Doo, not Sea-Doo. Here in Florida, you
All
can
I'm saying is
12, no license required, no parents' permission.
all I'm saying is it's no wonder that most of Darwin Awards is from the States.
There's a reason Florida Man is he's still alive no matter how many headlines you see it says Florida Man dead.
That's
You
still
keep
my
seeing
hobby.
you keep seeing more headlines where it says Florida Man did this, but I thought Florida Man just died. Nah, he don't ever die. He just keeps going. He don't stop.
It's like your childhood goldfish. Oh yeah, Frank. No, there's been 17 Franks. 'Cause it's still just an orange goldfish.
Yeah, it's just Frank.
Yeah.
Just
It's
Florida.
just another guy with a mullet.
Yeah, it's just another guy with a mullet. I couldn't have said it better. It's just another guy with a mullet and an alligator in his tub for fucking who knows why. Oh, all right. Back to Twisted though. Okay.
We know why in this case.
All right,
there's far
Twisted.
more by it.
So yeah, right, because you're from Canada, right, Twisted?
Mhm.
Right. What's something that's distinctly different up there that you know about that is like that like kind of like what I asked Kareem, that you like look at the States and you're like, that's weird.
Healthcare.
That's what I was gonna say. I was expecting healthcare. If he said that, I was like, yeah, that's probably fair too.
Not all that different.
I should have said healthcare.
What do you wait? Let me ask you a question. Twisted, is healthcare free? Can you get healthcare given to you by the government?
Yeah.
Yeah, things are very different.
Very different.
At
very
18, you can no longer, unless you are heavily disabled, you cannot get free healthcare here in the States. I have no healthcare. I haven't been to the hospital in 6 years. I haven't been to the dentist in 8. I have no idea if I have cavities. I can't afford it. Like, all right, so yeah, but like, what's something like, so like, other than the healthcare, obviously, what's something that's different about up there in the north than here in the States?
It's colder.
Colder, of course.
Oh, dude. What else?
I mean, I
It's
don't really
colder.
pay much attention to other countries, to be honest with you.
That's fair. I do know that. I mean, it's actually not weird because here in Florida we have bag milk too, because we treat our students like prisoners. But I know you guys have bag milk up there. That's fucking. Do you drink bag milk, Twisted?
Yeah.
See.
Oh, national, I guess straight from the fucking bag.
That's crazy. See, all of the milk, at least, and so the only bag milk you can get in America, at least in Florida, I don't know about the rest of America, but in Florida, the only bag milk you can get is when you're a student in school. And the milk you're given as a student is in these little plastic baggies that you stab a straw into and you drink from. Or if you were autistic like me, you bite the corner and suck from because you're weird. So
The students here,
convenient.
you go to the cafeteria and buy milk. It's gonna come in a carton.
comes in a carton. See, no, that's not even milk in at least here in Florida. Carton milk's not a thing.
All milk in Denmark, Norway, Sweden is actually in cartons.
Yeah, see, I know that's a Canada kind of exclusive thing. The bag milk, not exclusive, but like specialty, and that's definitely something special to Canada. So that's a fun thing to learn. Oh wait, ketchup comes in a bag?
Ketchup chips.
Ketchup chips. Excuse me,
Ketchup flavored chips.
like Lay's,
gotta
like
get those all dressed.
like Lay's.
Fucking dope. Yeah. Lay's
That's-
ketchup chips.
Tomato.
Yeah, they have a few extra flavors
It's
that we do.
kind of just like
Uh,
dipping it in salsa, I assume. So yeah, I don't think that.
Hey, so- they're fucking delicious.
Yeah,
I
doesn't.
think it's weird. How would it be weird to put fucking potato with ketchup?
Yeah,
You do with your
yeah.
French.
French fries?
Yeah.
You ever had a
Dipping
French
ketchup.
fry?
Yeah, and then when you dip a chip into salsa, salsa's just tomato, which is just ketchup. Like
Just a
so,
vector.
yeah, it's just the same shit. Like so, yeah, no, that actually, yeah, thinking about it more, it really doesn't sound too strange.
Delicious.
All right.
Well, I prefer dill pickle. Why?
Dill pickle chips. Those ones we do have here in the States. That one I do know about. I'm not a
Yeah, I
big.
just bought a pack today. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not. I like the salt and vinegar better because it's more. It has more of the vinegar flavor I want than
You
the
guys
pickle
are
chips
fucking
do.
weird.
Why is salt and vinegar a weird sounding chip to you?
No, we have it over here. I just don't like it.
Oh, okay. So you guys have it too. You just don't like it. Okay. All right.
No,
All right. Last question,
we had
Twisted.
it only 15 years after, but you know.
No. Last question, Twisted. Oh, Twisted, what's your favorite candy?
I don't like candy.
When you were a kid?
I don't really have much of a
Like
sweet tooth.
candy sweets,
Damn. Okay.
No, I don't really have much.
brownies,
What's
cookies.
your favorite
Hey.
snack then?
Yeah. What's your favorite snack? Yeah. What's your favorite thing to snack on?
Pork chops.
Pork
Pork
chops.
chops is not a snack.
Hey.
I'm not a snacker. I don't snack.
No, you're a grown ass man. Pork chops is a valid answer.
That's a valid snack. That's a valid.
Yeah.
That's a valid snack.
Fucking throw fucking couple pork chops in the
Hey.
air fryer. You know,
I like
if they end up getting
Minecraft
cold,
Steve over
grab it out of
here.
the fridge and eat it like a man.
My one of my favorite snacks is tacos. Cheers, boys.
Oh well, I guess you could say fucking pepperettes. Pepperettes are good. Fucking good old meat sticks.
I've got a
That's
taco
the reds.
and a hush puppy.
I'm eating ice cream right now. This is my dessert.
I made myself 3 tacos and 3 hush puppies before we started. Finished 2 of them, and left 1 of each for me to eat during session.
Yo, nice.
So-
I just realized I could have sat with Cam on this whole time.
Yeah.
I got myself a face cam for my birthday.
Oh right, yeah.
Okay. I move.
All right. Well, with that being the case, we have reached the end of our little Q&A. With that, I say we get into the hook, and we get to the end of today's session 0.
No, I'm hooked on this Q&A thing. Can we do this more often?
we definitely we can start doing. I was thinking of doing like little podcast episodes, not on session, not during session, but like either an hour before session or an hour after session. Like doing a separate little podcast bit every now and then, not like every time, but like every like maybe once a month thing. That would be fun. Yeah, doing a little something like this. So yeah, we can definitely do stuff like more like this in the future. I hope everyone is enjoying the session 0 so far. Not just playing, but also people watching at home.
I'm enjoying getting to know my fellow players.
Awesome. All right. So with that, let us now get to the hook of our campaign. So, Everyone watching at home and for the players, this is of course, the Curse of Strahd. The way we will be beginning this campaign is all of our players will be awakening on a boat. Each and every one of them having ventured onto a boat of their own. Some of them unknowingly venturing onto the same boat, some of them venturing onto solo boats, but all of them encountering a mist, causing them and all the people on the boat to fall to slumber, awakening in a room by themselves in a distinctly different boat, instantly recognizable by the material of the wood, the furniture, everything to be a different boat. As all of our players blink their eyes, slowly opening them to the world around them, we begin to learn a little more about each and every one of them, starting with our woman in white. As her tail would begin to coil, to slither, her eyes slowly opening, the serpent slit, gazing to the wood around her, sitting up in shock, we would begin to fade into her mind, learning a little more about her. Avanis' life began before she ever drew breath, deep within a crumbling temple hidden beneath the Serpent Spine Mountains. An ancient Yuan-Ti priestess guarded and clutched a sacred egg. Her final act before death claimed her. Among them, one pulsed softly with magic, as if it knew it was special. On a misty morning, a group of wizards from Baldur's Gate descended upon the ruins, drawn by prophecy and power, cloaked in enchantments. They stole the shimmering egg and carried it back to their tower's highest chamber, where unstable magic flickered like lightning and glass. When Avanis hatched, something extraordinary happened. For a heartbeat, her soul cracked the weave, reality's delicate tapestry, and slipped into Mystra's realm. The goddess of magic, though the moment was brief, Mystra took notice. She brushed Avanis' essence with divine magic and gifted her with rebirth after death, a rare and powerful blessing that would echo through her future lives. Raised among glowing glyphs, arcane artifacts, and spellbound books, Avanis grew into a serpentine girl with slitted golden eyes and glimmering scales across her lower half. Her tail coiled beneath her robes, and her speech slurred with charming hisses that made even stern archmages smile. "Yes, I'm ready to learn," she'd say each morning, eyes wide with wonder. Of all the tools of magic, it was the wands that called to her, more than spellbooks or potions. Wands whispered secrets she seemed born to hear. She spent hours tracing their engravings, humming to the latent spells they held. And on her 20th birthday, her mentor, Varin, an eccentric old wizard with too many cats and too much heart, gifted her a wand of magic missiles carved from storm oak and tipped with sapphire. "For the girl who seeks spells as stories," he said, smiling through a cloud of pipe smoke. Years passed and Avanis grew in both knowledge and power, but the tower's walls began to feel smaller. Rumors reached her of a wand touched by dream magic, lost in the depths of Waterdeep. A wand not made, but called. She was chosen to investigate. She packed her scrolls, kissed Varen's brow, and left. But she never made it to the city's archives. Her memory grew hazy at the edges. She awoke one dusky evening aboard a ship drifting through silver fog, and the sea silent and strange. Its sails shimmered with runes she didn't recognize, and its crew spoke rarely, eyes always cast towards the horizon. The vessel bore no name, yet a whisper in her dreams called it the Echoing Wake. No one explained how she arrived, and perhaps deep down, she knew not to ask. And so Ivanis wanders, guided by fragments of magic, echoes of purpose, and the heartbeat of Mister's blessing. She clutches her wand, listening to the fog, and follows where destiny hisses her name. As her mind returns to her, she realizes the people she spoke to were nothing but those in a dream, finding herself to now be in an isolated, solitary room. Could this dream be a fortune? Maybe a curse? Maybe even destiny? And as she slithers awake, not too far from her, another begins to stir in their slumber, shooting to life, looking to the edge of their bed, seeing their tiny drake companion. We see an elven man with fair skin as we slowly begin to fade to his mind. Zelenor's journey was never fated to be simple. Raised in the soot-stained alleys of Baldur's Gate's outer city under a moonless sky, he came into the world with silence in the air and secrets in his blood. His father, an elven hunter rumored to have vanished into Cloakwood, left only a name and the sharp instincts Zelenor would one day hone. His mother, a cunning apothecary with a smuggler's past, taught him to live between shadows. She whispered truths while steeping her brews, and warned him of coin-pinching mercenaries and crime lords whose words were deadlier than daggers. But Zelenor never felt the city was home. While she traded herbs from coins, he drifted to its edges, drawn to places where vines reclaimed stone and the wind spoke through trees. He became obsessed with tales of Wormway, an ancient path carved beneath the city's foundations, echoing with draconic spirits and forgotten magic. That obsession led him into danger. The upper city sewers had long been silent, but deeper in the flooded tunnels, Zelenor discovered a collapsed crypt, its walls etching and glowing draconic. Within, a guardian spirit stirred. It should have ended there, crushed by magic forged to protect dragonkind, but the spirit saw in Zelenor something familiar. An emptiness not born of malice, but longing. Instead of destruction, it offered him a gift. A shimmering egg and a draconic brand that glowed faintly against his skin. From that egg hatched Nyx, a small drake with eyes like molten silver and scales flecked with shadow. For the moment she curled around his wrist, Zelenor was never truly alone. The bond changed him. It made him reckless, but determined. He delved deeper into the ruined temples, chased rumors across Faerun, and dared to question truths too ancient for most tongues. When he crossed a Thieves' Guild boss with eyes on the draconic deep, he and Nyx fled the city under cover of night. Their journey led them to forest groves where trees whispered spells, to decaying towers and starlit ruins where echoes of dragons still lingered. Yet all paths eventually pointed eastward, towards the Ravenloft, a land no map dared describe, shrouded in legend. The few who spoke of it did so with trembling breath, a place where voices vanish and the mist swallows memory. Drawn by hints of draconic lore buried there long ago, Zelenor took the risk. He boarded a boat bound for lands untamed, its crew hired in shadows. Nyx clung to his shoulder, uneasy. The waters grew still. The air thickened. Mist curled over the deck like fingers reaching from beneath the waves, and one by one, the crew fell unconscious. Zelenor's thoughts blurred, and then faded. He awoke. The boat was not the one he boarded. Its wood glowed faintly with runes, and the sea around him shimmered like liquid silver. No one spoke, though the crew moved with practiced precision. At the bow stood a figure he didn't recognize, and yet somehow felt familiar. The ship's name wasn't etched anywhere, yet he knew it. The Echoing Wake. A vessel tied to fate, mystery, and the goddess who watches over the weave. He wasn't the first to wake here. Somewhere around, a Vanus stirred. Perhaps they were both pieces in a story larger than themselves, drawn toward each other by threads of destiny, draconic magic, and the pull of words that whisper in mist. Whisper in mist. As he regains his bearings, he remembers the dream he just had. The figure at the edge of the ship, the crew moving with precision. Looking around him, he can see clearly he is no longer where he once was. Not too far from him, another individual begins to stir, rising from their sleep with not a word spoken. Nothing but a gaze piercing through the surroundings. Isaac Ghost. Luz was born where the streets choke with secrets. Baldur's Gate's darkest corners. Tucked between shadows and smoke, his earliest lullabies were the click of loading chambers and whispered contracts from the Blackwire Syndicate, a ruthless assassin's guild that turned boys into blades. Guns, rare as Sunrise and Faerun, became his language. His twin pistols, soul-bound through spell steel and worn smooth from years of killing, spoke louder than words ever would. But not all things in life were forged of violence. When he met Olivia, another guild-trained shadow, everything shifted. She was firelight on a dagger's edge. They married at 16 beneath the rusted beams of the Corinthian Bridge, where fog covered their vows and the river below carried them like fate. At 18, Ghost was summoned to the heart of the guild. Waiting in the vault beneath the old sanctum was Grayson, Olivia's father, the guild's commander. A man who dealt in blood and legacy. Grayson despised Isaac. He wanted Olivia to wed someone with rank, a pawn to elevate his own power. Isaac was an obstacle to crush. The punishment came swift and merciless. Tortured and silence, Isaac endured Grayson's twisted logic until finally the leader slit his throat. Slow, cruel, deliberate. Isaac choked on blood and memory, and then nothing. Darkness crept in. But death didn't claim him. He woke days later in a forgotten chamber, his wounds stitched with strange thread, his body weak, and his voice gone. Someone had pulled him back. All he remembered was the eerie chuckle of a dwarf. Ha 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 ha! Echoing through his fading mind like thunder in a cavern. A laugh that shouldn't have been there. A laugh that still follows him. Isaac could never speak again. His voice, once used to bark orders or whisper love to Olivia, became another ghost of the guild. He communicated through gesture, through the flash of his guns, and through silence itself. Olivia found him, cradled his bandaged throat, and helped him flee. Together, they shattered parts of the guild and split its remnants. To hide better, to survive longer. They promised to reunite a year later on the southern cliffs past Anthkala. But when that day came, Olivia never arrived. Only fading tracks and fragments of parchment remained, traces leading to Ravenloft, the land where whispers go to die. And so Isaac followed. He paid for passage with blood-stained coin, boarded a vessel cloaked in mist, and watched as the fog swallowed the sky and sea alike. As sleep took him, he felt nothing. When he awoke, he was no longer aboard the same ship. The wood glowed faintly. Everything seemed like shadow. The air hummed with ancient ruins. It was the Echoing Wake. And as Isaac would check his weapon, reassuring himself to make sure it works, another man cladded in steel would slowly begin to stir awake. A shield smacking against the iron of his armor, as his golden eyes would burst to life, and in that light, a story unfolds. Azuriel and Raziel entered the world entwined, twin Asimar souls born beneath a fractured moon in the outskirts of Ravnica's forgotten districts. Their father, Baldrinil, a majestic solar in service to Torm, the god of courage and self-sacrifice, descended briefly to the material plane out of love for Selenine, a human woman with amber eyes and a voice heavy with hidden power. What Baldrinel didn't know was that Selenine was seen by many as a witch, one who whispered incantations, not to honor the heavens but to tempt them. Some believe she bewitched the angel, not out of love but out of ambition. Rumors spread that she sought divine blood to birth children of prophecy. Whatever truth exists, it mattered little, as Baldrinil was called back to Celestia shortly after the birth, and Selenine, feared and shunned, vanished. The twins were left in a distant village known only as Gipar Hollow, nestled on the edge of Ravnica's Gruul-controlled wilds. The settlement barely marked the maps, hidden between the chaos of broken guild borders and the silence of the overgrown wastes. There, the twins were taken in by a small temple dedicated to Ilrak, the Raiseboar, twisted now into a place of resilience and redemption rather than wrath. Azuriel, quiet and introspective, flourished within its carved stone halls. His affinity for the divine magic and healing made him a natural acolyte. Raziel, his mirror, grew wild, a boy made of bone and fire. He was fierce, defiant, and violently protective. Azriel was often mocked by others for his softness, called Ghostlight for his glowing eyes and gentle aura. Whenever the bullying turned to bruises, Raziel was always there with fists and fire to silence them. Their bond was more than brotherhood, it was survival. As they aged, the paths diverged. Raziel, restless and battle-hardened, joined the Vigil of Flame, a Boros offshoot dedicated to shock warfare beyond Ravnica's borders. Azuriel, ever watchful, became a guardian of Gipar Hollow's village watch. Each day he stood where Raziel once stood, defending others with a shield and prayer. His brother never sent word. Years passed, and only silence returned. Then came the night of ash and blood. A nameless raiding force broke through the Hollow's defenses like thunder. Azuriel fought valiantly, but faith couldn't outpace flame. The captain of the watch, desperate and dishonorable, threw Azriel's bleeding body beneath a wagon before fleeing. Unconscious, shielded by shattered wood and overturned crates, Azuriel was spared the slaughter. When he awoke, the air stank of soot and sorrow. Soldiers of the Boros Legion combed the ruins, and they found only him. The village was gone. The temple burned. All that remained was purpose. Azuriel joined Boros, not out of revenge, but to embody the light his father once represented. To fight where Raziel had disappeared and to find answers. His assignments led him far across Ravnica's distant raid routes, eventually to an overseas campaign rumored to touch the Forgotten Lands where Raziel had vanished. But as their ship sailed, a fog rolled in. Thick, silent, and ancient. Soldiers began to slumber one by one, dreams pulling them beneath decks. Azuriel clenched his symbol of Torm, praying for clarity, and then fell too. When his eyes opened again, he was no longer aboard his Legion vessel. Through a window, he saw the shimmering sea. He saw the faces of an unfamiliar crew and runes etched into wood like a breathing deck. It was the echoing wake. And somewhere deep in its misted holds were other wayward souls. As he would gather himself, realizing that the faces and sea he'd seen were nothing but a dream, but realizing he still wasn't where he thought he was. Slowly rising, he would hear the sound of someone directly next to him beginning to rise. Loud, thunderous footsteps and creaking of bedboards and wood. As the large Mo would begin to rise from his slumber, his eyes blinking to life, his ears twitching, as his mind would begin to tell a tale. Mo Ganrensalashu, Thunderhoof, also simply known as Mo, was born with thunder in his step and sunlight tangled in his fur. Among the rolling emerald fields of the Wild Valley on Northton's ancient continent, his tribe, simply called the Herd, lived bound to nature's rhythms. 25 proud minotaurs roamed the land, unclaimed by kingdoms, untouched by war. They were wind followers and tradition keepers. The outside world called them primitive. Mo knew they were scared. His youth was a song of movement. Hooves over dew, hands learning the weight of stone axes and the secrets of the soil. Trade was rare and brief. A few tolerant settlements would offer tools or stories in exchange for crafted wares. But mostly, the Herd remained apart. Mo's family was the heart of his world. His mother, Shashgararian, gentle yet iron-willed, and his father, Mo Granthal, a tower of calm strength, and his wide-eyed little sister, Shurgan. Oh, god damn it.
Good try.
Shashagrishan, who believed the stars whispered prophecies. Even then, Mo was larger than any of his kin, with shoulders broad enough to eclipse the sun. He was groomed to be a defender, taught to fight, not with fury alone, but with the wisdom of wind and stone. The elders showed him how to draw power from nature, summoning gusts through horn-blown chants, and calling vines to entangle foes. Magic flowed through him, not arcane, but primal. Then came the raid. Shortly before his coming-of-age ceremony, the ground trembled beneath his feet. The boots of orcs, bugbears, and goblins, all branded by the chaos of a war. Mo fought like the storm he was born beneath, horns painted in blood and resolve, but even storms cannot protect everything. Moganthral fell, his roar echoing across the valley, his body broken beneath goblin axes. The Herd repelled the warband, but the cost was searing. By Herd tradition, Mo had not yet earned his name. His father's death shrouded the family in shame. Sashagarian, shattered beneath grief, silent for moons. Mo became his sister's guardian, her teacher, her shield. While inside him, the loss turned cold. Vengeance bloomed, and something ancient stirred. Fury surged through him, not madness, but something elemental. Lightning whispered in the air when he passed. The very winds bent, subtly to his grief. Years passed, scars faded, and the herd resumed their path, dragging their sorrow like ritual blankets. Change came not in war, but in mist. Off the coastline, mist crawled across the horizon, unnatural and persistent. It rolled against the tide, silent as morning. The herd sent envoys to investigate, and to prove his strength and redeem his family's legacy, Mo was tasked as guardian. He dreamt of glory, of slaying beasts hidden in fog and returning crowned in honor. They built a boat from bonewood and woven reeds, its prow carved with stories of survival. Mo boarded with the warriors, his eyes fixed on the mist. And then it came, thicker than breath, colder than winter. Mo's thoughts slowed, his muscles weakened, and the air shimmered with pale dreams. He collapsed and woke not in his boat, but aboard the echoing wake, the same silver-ruined vessel now bearing Isaac, Avanis, Zelenor, Zuriel, and a little goblin who would begin to stir awake as well. As everyone rised from their beds, stepping to the floor, you see the door, the exit, and you begin to venture forth. And with that, we will be ending today's Session 0 here. I hope all of you people watching at home have enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to smack that like button, leave a comment down below, and hit that sub button. And tap that notification bell. I've been your host, the D&D Orphan, signing off to all of you beautiful adventurers. Everybody, say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
And we will see all of you next Sunday for episode 1. Until then, good night and good luck. Peace.